Is it better to have high expectations for yourself or low expectations for yourself? I'm going to help you learn how to set exactly the right expectation, because what I want you to do is feel fantastic about what you're creating, to measure your success in a way that inspires and moves you into even more. See, here's the deal. If your expectations are really high, and that creates pressure and overwhelm, and oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to hit it. No, no, no. That is not the energy that you want to be in, right? You want to be inspired and eager to show up. And if your expectations are too high, then you lose that beautiful, magical energy that you could bring. On the other hand, if your expectations are too low, what happens is you get what you've always gotten, right? Like if you're making $42,000 a year and that's sort of become your expectation, it's a really good bet that that's what you're going to make next year and next year and next year. So the key is to find the expectation that delights you, and you're going to really love how you do this. Okay. So if you have this notion in your mind that your expectations should delight you and should call you forward, should inspire you to jump out of bed in the morning, so eager to get started, you just can't even contain yourself. That's the feeling I want your expectations to give you. So if a dollar amount, $186,000 in revenue this year, if that delights you, great. That's your expectation. If that causes like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do it and I don't want to fail, or if it's going to create disappointment if you miss it, then that's not the right expectation. You'll know you have the right expectation when it lights you up. Okay. So what happens very often is people get in this cycle of, I want this, and then they miss it. I want this, and then they miss it. I want this, and then they miss it. So it's to the point where you've kind of conditioned yourself for disappointment. If that's where you are, then I want you to totally shift your thinking on what your expectations should be. I want you, instead of having a quantifiable number for your expectation right now, if that doesn't light you up and encourage you, then I want you to use a very different scorecard. I want you to set high expectations, but in a very different area. Maybe for today, the expectation is, did I do something toward my goal? Did I enjoy my day? Did I have fun posting on social media? Did I do my best work with my clients, right? Have high expectations, but give yourself an accurate picture of where you are. And if you've had this cycle of disappointment in your business, then monetary goals, they're just not the right expectation for you right now. What you want to do is find something that excites you. I published a video that 7 people watched. Maybe that's where you are, and that's okay, right? I posted my picture on my website. I had fun today. I showed up as my very best self for all of my clients. I'm asking you, if your goals, your expectations don't excite you, to shift them to something that does. So you still have high expectations, but they're within your goal, right? So my kids and I like to do archery together. And my son can hit a target. I'm not good with distances, but let's say at 30 yards, he can consistently hit the target, have a lot of bullseyes at 30 yards. I am going to be miserable trying to hit the target at 30 yards. I can be maybe 10 yards and be somewhat successful, right? So my goal is very different than his goal. If I'm shooting from 30 yards, I'm just not going to have any fun, and I'm probably going to quit and not want to do it anymore, right? So I need to set myself up for success by knowing where I am. Someday, will I be at 15 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards? It's possible, right? But for today, my target is 10 yards out. I want you to do the same thing. Give yourself every chance to get a win at the end of the day. When you go to bed, I want your day to have been a win. And that may require that you shift your expectations for yourself. So what are the expectations you can have so that you can go to bed with a win and wake up in the morning eager for the next day? That's what I want you to be thinking about. Want more tips on building your business and loving it while you're doing it? Click the link below and I'll be happy to help.